What's up, boys? Good morning, good morning. It's currently 7:08 right now. It's cold in this trailer, but we're gonna go make some coffee real quick and drink some water, and then we're gonna get after milking at 7:30. Hopefully it doesn't fall over, but yeah. It's the trailer right here, my humble abode, and then we got our power source here. This is also where the fencer is. It's the most powerful fencer you can possibly get for the buffalo, for the buffs. So yeah, and then there's a well over there, and get my water from there. So life is freaking good, man. All right, boys, so just finished up milking and then training some heifers and all that kind of stuff, and now I'm gonna eat some food. If you're broke as hell, what you gotta do is just cook onions and carrots and potatoes, and that'll be your good vegetables and all that kind of stuff, and then you just get ground beef or ground whatever you can get, ground pork, and then you can eat that and you'll be fine. All right, so basically we just finished up doing some other tasks and all that kind of stuff, but I just want to show you guys this right here. So these are all old horse collars and all that kind of stuff, but we went through them, me and the ranch owner, and we decided that they weren't salvageable or sellable or anything like that. So, but we're gonna go get the metal off of them. So I'm just gonna take my grinder and basically get the metal off them, put that metal into a bucket. We'll take that metal into town and we'll get some scrap for it. All right, boys. I don't know if that was the smartest idea. My ears are absolutely smoked, and yeah, it's taking a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take. So we're just gonna do this in sections. All right, so next thing that we're gonna do is we're basically gonna take these chicken things right here, chicken water heaters or whatever, and we're just gonna take the wire brush and just kind of clean these up a little bit. So using that wire brush probably wasn't the best idea because it did kind of take it down. There's probably a coating on here, but it kind of cleaned them up a little bit better. Got like all the grit and stuff like that off of them, but I don't even know if these things work. Anyway, move on to the next task. All right, next task. Let's go check on the buffalo. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but this is one of my absolute favorite places on the ranch. This is incredible. Just so much scenery around rolling hills forever. Well, let's go find those buffalo. I don't see them out here. Usually they're around here. They were around there this morning, chilling, probably over that hill. Well, let's go check it out. Well, I couldn't find the buffalo, and I was like, what the hell? What's going on? So I drove all around like where they're supposed to be, but it looks like they broke out. So they're over there in that prairie over there. Probably actually next to my camper. They're probably messing up my my camper, so we'll see what happens. I'm I'm gonna go tell Ben, the ranch owner, that his buffalo broke out. And I'm gonna try to see like where in the fence they broke out. Maybe we can fix it. But yeah, I had a knack that they broke out just because I couldn't find them anywhere. But yeah, let's try to go get them back in. All right, boys. So buffalo did get out, as you can see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but they're over that ridge right there. Buffalo did get out into a new pasture. Not the end of the world, but we just gotta keep them there. So I got them a nice little thing right there. We're gonna put some salt in there too. Also turn on their water, and then Ben is over there grabbing some bales for them. So believe it or not, buffalo love hay. So they're gonna come in. I'm gonna grab the fence for Ben. He's gonna come through. I'll cut the bale, and then yeah, he'll basically just give the buffalo some hay, and hopefully they stay there. All right, so this is the hay right here. As you can see, Ben's over there. We're just spreading the hay out so the buffs don't fight over it too much. But yeah, and then I just dropped some salt for them. Hell yeah, let's get it. We're trying to put the hay down in some thick stuff. So this stuff is really thick, so they'll eat this stuff way down to the ground. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, here's the buffalo coming up right now on the horizon. All right, boys. So just finished up milking. I didn't film any of it actually, but yeah, just finished up milking and all that kind of stuff. There was a cow in there, but now we're gonna go feed baby calves. So I got this milk warming up. That's a gallon for 2 calves. And something that I actually learned from this ranch was that, and also this is rooted in Newman Turner's book called Herdsmanship. Basically, the concept is that you don't feed more than a half gallon. I'm gonna smudge. You don't feed more than a half gallon of milk per feeding for the cows, per head, basically. So basically, like, you don't want to feed more than a half gallon at a time, right, per calf. And so we feed our calves 3 times per day, which is more labor, right? But apparently they see way less instances of scouring. And I totally understand that, because too much milk, like a calf would probably never drink a full gallon at one time. And they're just sucking down a full gallon and all that kind of stuff. And then they sit down and they're just like, what the hell just happened? So I kind of like that concept a little bit more. And I feel like, you know, 3 times a day of feeding and all that kind of stuff, half gallon per head. Like, I know it's more labor and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like it makes more sense. Boys, I also need to just tell you, this Jersey milk is the bomb.com, I swear to God. All right, let's get our trusty dusty temperature gun out. I freaking love this thing so much. All right, so yeah, that milk should be perfect to feed out. You want to feed out milk that's between 105 degrees and 101, or 100 degrees basically. And it's not super cold right now, it's not super hot, so let's feed it out. Good job, guys. I wish I got a video of them coming up, because they literally sprinted towards me. All right, so these guys are done. Seem pretty satisfied, but hell yeah. All right, we're done for the day. I'm just gonna rinse these buckets and I'm gonna go home and go to sleep, and then wake up and feed these calves again.